Oh, hey YouTubers, what's going on? This is your boy once again, RKO2582, here to do a video response to the Wrestling Gurus WWE top 5 pay-per-views that I would like to see return or come back. Alright, so let's not waste any time and get this list underway. Alright, kicking off the list at number 5 is Cyber Sunday or slash Taboo Tuesday. I like this pay-per-view so much back when WWE actually cared what the fans voted for. And I enjoyed it so much. I mean, I remember when it first happened with the Taboo Tuesday, my favorite match on the card that night was when Chris Jericho had to face like he who was going to face for the Intercontinental title. Then the vote was Shelton Benjamin got majority of the votes, and what happened was he won the match, and I was marking out big time. And then another Cyber Sunday or Tab 2 that I enjoyed was the one I got to watch on live pay-per-view TV was Cyber Sunday 2006, and I enjoyed that Champion of Champions match where Big Show was the ECW champ at the time, John Cena was WWE champ, and King Booker was the World Heavyweight Champion. And then of course the fans voted that they wanted Booker T's title to be defended. Yeah. And I was thinking like at the time John Cena was gonna be like undisputed champ. I was saying undisputed champ, and then stupid ass K-Fed at the time when he was the biggest douche on the planet. Well, not much nowadays, but at the time, yeah, he was. And then he interfered, and then he cost Cena the win, and Booker T retained his belt. So yeah, there you go. Okay, that's it for Cyber Sunday or slash Taboo Tuesday. Okay, number 4 on my list is of course, Judgment Day. I mean, after them getting rid of Judgment Day after 2009, I was very upset, and because I enjoyed this pay per view very much growing up and stuff. And here's one of the Judgment Days I own on DVD. Okay, Judgment Day 2003. Okay, my favorite match on the card, hands down, was this match between Big Show versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship in a stretcher match. At the time, it was the first stretcher match in 17 years. So I know, and I enjoyed that very much. It was beast, and I enjoyed when Lesnar came out in the construction machine with that lifter and stuff. Since he couldn't put Big Show on a stretcher and stuff, since he was too big, so he felt like, yep, he had to get the machine to lift him, get more power and stuff. So yeah, it was a good ass match. I think that was the better title match out of the World Heavyweight title match, hands down, because the World title match to me was too damn short. So there you go. And then of course I also own Judgment Day 2004, which the main event that night was JBL and Eddie Guerrero. That match was just, oh my god, straight up bloody and brutal, I must say. And it was, and like there was blood all the way from inside and outside of the ring. And then of course it was getting good to the point they had to end in disqualification since Eddie Guerrero hit JBL with a chair so hard in the freaking head. It was a sick chair shot. Man, it was amazing. JBL was still walking after that. And and another match I enjoyed in that pay per view was Booker T and Undertaker, and of course John Cena and Renee Dupree for the U.S. title. So those were my 3 favorite matches on that night. Okay, my number 3 is No Mercy. Yep, because No Mercy. Yeah, and I hate that they got rid of this too. But after 2008, and I grew up with this pay per view as well. And the No Mercy that I own right now is No Mercy 2003. And my favorite matches on the card was John Cena, of course, against Kurt Angle, and I enjoyed the father daughter I Quit match, even though it was kind of hard to watch seeing this man beat up his own daughter on national TV. But what else is new? And of course the main event, like they did the year before, Undertaker and Brock Lesnar. This time it was a bike chain match because the year before that No Mercy they had a Hell in a Cell match, and I'm like, and Brock Lesnar came out on top on both of those matchups, and it was like a year anniversary for them. You know what I'm saying? Okay, All right. Number two on my list is of course, Backlash. I mean, Backlash. I enjoyed this too because it makes sense. You know, after WrestleMania, it was like they always do the tag like, "Here comes the Backlash." Like, what's gonna happen? It's like after WrestleMania ends, it's like is it like what's the aftermath? Like, is it gonna be the end of a feud or the beginning of a new one? So, and then of course, you know, another of my DVDs that I currently own, my Backlash that I got for Christmas was Backlash 2003. Uh, yeah, and of course, you know, the main event on that was Rock versus Goldberg, and it was huge at the time. I was pretty much rooting for Goldberg, and this is when Goldberg just came into WWE after WrestleMania, and I was marking out big time. I was like, finally, Goldberg came to the WWE, and I was so freaking excited. And then, of course, you know, I know him and The Rock had a good feud, and you know, Rock was pretty much somewhere on his way out or leading up to it, and it was a pretty good match. I don't care what anyone says. It was to me a good match. And then another match I enjoyed in that card was Brock Lesnar versus John Cena for the WWE title, and that was John Cena's first ever WWE Championship opportunity. And those two guys were both young and up and coming in the company, and it was a good match. And pretty much Brock Lesnar just straight up owned Cena. Yeah, I must say he really did. He out wrestled him and did everything. And you know, Oh, and another match I enjoyed in this pay per view was the Team Angle against Los Guerreros for the WWE Tag Team Championships, and it was really good match. Okay, all right. Now we get down to the number one pay per view that I want to see come back so bad. Drum roll. All right, my number one is of course Vengeance. Yep, you heard me right, Vengeance. And the Vengeance I remember enjoying was the very first Vengeance I watched was back in 2005. That one, and that was the first ever live pay per view I ever got to watch, and I watched it with my dad. And it was a good ass pay per view. I enjoyed the triple threat match between John Cena, Christian, and Chris Jericho for the WWE title, and that was when John Cena just got drafted to Raw, and I was marking out huge at the time, and I was rooting for Cena, of course, you know, and he came out on top, and then oh, and of course, pretty much what made Vengeance 2005 was Hell in a Cell between Triple H and Batista, and that was at the time when I was a Batista fan, unlike nowadays. And and it was a good match. I mean, and he beat Triple H for the third time in a row, which a lot of people cannot do. Like he beat Triple H 3 times in a row. I'm dead serious, and sadly, Triple H to this day has never beaten Batista after that. And then yeah, and at that one spot in the match when you thought Triple H was gonna do something on top of it, then Batista had the sledgehammer, and then Triple H was spewing blood out of his mouth. I was like, oh, that was sick. That was sick. And then oh, and another Vengeance I currently own with my DVDs and stuff, is Vengeance 2003. And the matches I enjoyed on that pay per view was Undertaker versus John Cena, which was like Taz pointed out, it was old school versus new school. And then of course I enjoyed the World's Greatest Tag Team against Rey Mysterio and Billy Kidman for the tag team titles. It was a good match. And of course the main event was Big Show, Brock Lesnar, and Kurt Angle for the WWE Championship in a triple threat match, and it was a good match. I mean, especially Brock. It was like you had Brock Lesnar who had the combination of both power and skills and stuff, and Kurt Angle was just a straight up skills wrestler, and then Big Show was the power. So there you go. And then it was good. And I was marking out when Kurt Angle won. That was just when he came back from his neck injury and stuff, and hence, the beginning of, when it's just a billion points, the Lesnar's heel turn since, all that stuff. Okay, so anyways, oh, that was my top five WWE pay-per-views that I would like to see returned. And oh, one more thing. Oh, for the question that they asked on the video, who were the final three in the Royal Rumble 1996? It was Karma, Shawn Michaels, and of course Diesel. Okay, anyways, this is your boy once again, RKO 2582, signing off.